Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining our virtual meeting. Let's get started. BOMA members entered 2020 with the expectation that the first year of the new decade would be ripe with opportunities for the commercial real estate industry. Little did we know the challenges that would face us throughout the year. Ironically, the COVID-19 pandemic drew the BOMA network closer together as we pivoted to collaborating and problem-solving virtually. In 2021, BOMA is poised to emerge from this challenging time stronger and more innovative than ever before. From adversity comes greatness, and through our education, advocacy, and thought leadership, BOMA International continues to serve as an indispensable partner, continuing our mission of advancing a vibrant commercial real estate industry. Let's look back at some of the extraordinary things we accomplished in 2020. We kicked off the year together in Washington, D.C. with the highest attended Winter Business Meeting and National Issues Conference in more than a decade. BOMA members spent 4 days in early February participating in a full slate of meetings dedicated to advancing the business of BOMA and shaping the future of commercial real estate. And more than 400 members went to Capitol Hill to meet with lawmakers on top legislative priorities. The perspectives and relationships that came out of the record-breaking event provided BOMA members with the tools to navigate historic challenges in the months that followed. In fact, members participated in an in-depth discussion of the very first BOMA International COVID-19 guidance document during a town hall event at that meeting. That first resource, published in January, was intended to provide property professionals with a foundation of knowledge to better understand the coronavirus and the steps to protect staff and tenants from exposure. As new information emerged and the situation rapidly evolved, additional guidance documents were produced throughout the year to address a range of industry-specific issues, such as best practices for tenant communications amid the pandemic, preparing commercial buildings for occupant reentry, and handling emergency evacuations in the era of social distancing. These resources have been instrumental in ensuring commercial property professionals remain informed and ahead of the curve throughout the pandemic. BOMA's advocacy priorities at the local and federal level also shifted as a result of COVID-19. The first COVID-19 policy concern was around the need for commercial property professionals to be considered essential personnel as local and state governments began to issue stay-at-home orders. BOMA local associations across the country mobilized to engage their respective lawmakers on the matter, and language authored by BOMA International was ultimately included in a document issued by the Department of Homeland Security specifying the operations of commercial buildings that are critical to safety, security, and the continuance of essential activities. As occupants began to gradually return to commercial properties, a new state and local legislative issue around property liability protections took center stage. With the help of a talking points document and sample letter provided by BOMA International, BOMA local associations continue to see their lobbying efforts on this issue materialize, and 8 states have already adopted helpful legislation. Thanks to BOMA's online COVID-19 legislation tracker and a host of communications efforts facilitated by the advocacy team, BOMA members were able to stay up to date on the key COVID-19 legislation passed across the United States. BOMA International's advocacy team has been vocal about these issues at the federal level, while also actively working to ensure improvements to the Paycheck Protection Program, cleaning tax credits, and business interruption insurance were included in the national pandemic response. These are just a few of the priorities addressed in BOMA International's letter to Congress last April. BOMA continues to work closely with lawmakers and federal agencies on the pandemic-related issues that impact commercial real estate. BOMA's advocacy team and local association staff accomplished several major victories in 2020 on issues that predate the pandemic, including the Qualified Improvement Property or QIP drafting error, which was finally corrected by Congress in the spring. 2020 also saw the triumphant defeat of Prop 15, a highly contested ballot measure in California that promised a $12 billion annual tax hike on commercial real estate. The victory was a result of the joint efforts of BOMA local associations throughout the state and a record-setting $100,000 contribution from BOMA International's Industry Defense Fund. While in-person education opportunities were limited in 2020, we all pivoted our offerings to ensure BOMA remained commercial real estate's learning laboratory virtually. More than 15,000 property professionals participated across the countless webinars and online learning opportunities we offered, beginning with a widely popular webinar in March on maintaining building operations during the pandemic. In addition to ramping up education tied to COVID-19, BOMA International expanded its traditional online course menu, allowing members to safely access the training and professional development resources necessary to enhance their knowledge and stay ahead of industry trends. Even the Commercial Real Estate Certification Institute, the independent certification body formed by BOMA and BOMI, adjusted to provide candidates for the Certified Manager of Commercial Property certification with the option to take the proctored exam online at home, resulting in a milestone year for CRESI with more than 100 CMCPs certified. Outside of educational opportunities, BOMA members were also learning a lot from one another, channeling the collective knowledge of the BOMA network to guide the commercial real estate industry through uncertainty and disruption. The value of this insight is evidenced by the tens of thousands of property professionals who have visited the BOMA International Coronavirus Resource Center since its initial launch at the start of last year, looking for guidance created, curated, or vetted by the BOMA network and our industry partners. The Coronavirus Resource Center continues to serve as a repository of all BOMA-produced COVID-19 guidance documents and thought leadership. To ensure maximum visibility of high-priority resources, BOMA International also bolstered its communications efforts to share these industry insights far and wide and make them easily accessible. Driving the collective knowledge piece further, BOMA International's Preparedness Committee produced Managing Through Pandemics, a new resource to help industry professionals prepare their buildings and staff for pandemic-related events now and in the future. And because we're always looking ahead, BOMA International teamed up with cornerstone partner Yardi and Brightline Strategies to publish the BOMA International COVID-19 Commercial Real Estate Impact Study, a groundbreaking research initiative that offers extensive data to commercial owners and operators on how the pandemic is impacting U.S. commercial office tenants and the factors that will shape the sector's future. This research initiative continues into 2021 and will continue to provide the industry with unmatched insights. To witness BOMA's collective knowledge sharing in action, attending BOMA International's annual conference is a must. Thousands of property professionals gathered in cyberspace over the summer for the first ever virtual 2020 BOMA International Conference and Expo, which boasted timely education sessions, interactive panel discussions, a virtual exhibit hall, and more. Notable attendees included BOMA International's newly elected Chair and CEO Shelby Christensen, Chair-elect Mark Dukes, Vice Chair Randall Ferbelius, and Secretary-Treasurer Keith Major. The three-day event topped off with a memorable virtual gala honoring 16 commercial properties for excellence in building operations and management with a coveted the Outstanding Building of the Year award. Immediate past Chair Scott Jones and Chair-elect Mark Dukes did not miss out on the opportunity to partake in the traditional glitz and glamour of an in-person Toby Awards gala as the MCs, sending the audience off with a virtual champagne toast. In November, healthcare real estate professionals gathered for BOMA's virtual medical office buildings and healthcare real estate conference, covering a range of pressing topics impacting today's healthcare industry, which are more important than ever during this pandemic. BOMA's 2020 MOB was just what the doctor ordered. BOMA International's National Advisory Council continued to convene virtually throughout 2020, drawing leading commercial real estate executives together to problem solve and exchange ideas. With no shortage of issues to discuss in 2020, the industry think tank met monthly to help shape the industry's response to critical issues while also reaffirming BOMA's role as a strategic business partner. Global connections in the industry were also strengthened by association leadership participating virtually in events facilitated by BOMA global affiliates across the world, including BOMA China's annual conference, BOMA Russia's Pro Estate, BOMA Mexico's annual Toby Awards, and BOMA Canada's BOMEX conference. Our affiliates continue to be valuable contributors to the industry, including BOMA Canada, which was especially helpful and issued several guidance resources throughout the pandemic. Now more than ever, property professionals are looking to BOMA for programs and resources that will help them enhance asset value, drive high-performance properties, and gain a competitive advantage in the marketplace. Fortunately, BOMA also rolled out its updated criteria for the BOMA 360 Performance Program in 2020, reflecting latest industry best practices in energy management, sustainability, occupant wellness, and more, and new criteria for industrial properties. And as the global authority on floor measurement standards for more than a century, BOMA also released a highly anticipated update to its 2019 standard for industrial properties early in the year. Despite the challenges of the past year, BOMA remains committed to building a better industry for tomorrow. To that end, in 2020, BOMA International launched its Diversity and Inclusion Committee, led by BOMA International Chair-elect Mark Dukes and Executive Committee member Sandrina Robinson. The group pursues its mission to promote and cultivate a diverse commercial real estate workforce at all levels that is a reflection of the communities where they reside through talent recruitment, education and training, content development and promotion, and by leading on industry diversity and inclusion initiatives with member companies and related groups. And BOMA Fellows also continued their mentorship of the commercial real estate industry's future leaders virtually with a record-breaking number of participants in the Daniel W. Chansey Leadership Academy. The work that BOMA does continues to gain recognition. In 2020, BOMA International Chair Shelby Christensen was named to the Real Estate Roundtable Board of Directors, holding one of only 5 association board seats and making this the second consecutive year that BOMA International leadership has been named to this prestigious position. BOMA was also recognized with its 13th Energy Star Partner of the Year Sustained Excellence Award, continuing its legacy as the most decorated commercial real estate association thanks to its continued focus on sustainability, including the publication of its Unlocking Hidden Value in Class B and C office building study in partnership with the Rocky Mountain Institute, Urban Land Institute, and Yardi. Best of all, BOMA was recognized by the American Society of Association Executives as one of the 100 associations that will change the world due to our work around sustainability, most notably the W Squared Water and Waste Challenge. It is a reflection of all that our members continue to do to make the commercial real estate industry and their communities better. There is nothing like BOMA's network of local associations and affiliates, and we are stronger partners than ever. BOMA is made for times like these. From the adversity of the last year has come incredible accomplishments, and that's something we all should be proud of now and into the future.